Storytelling is the mastery of public speaking. You speak, you give a presentation, and then you give a business presentation, and you do client pitching, and storytelling is the mastery.
Steam up the milk and grind the coffee. Get ready for Creative Coffee Meet with Sid Cisco.
Hello guys, this is Sid Cisco, and in today's episode of Creative Coffee Meet, we are talking about public speaking and who one of the best would be over here. We have Sagar Ranshoor.
Thank you for calling me. Thank you so much, Sid.
Welcome. So this is a Creative Coffee Meet. Let's go ahead and cheer it out. So Sagar, man, we had to wait a lot, for you today. Meetings after meetings, huh?
Yeah.
So Sagar, when we talk about public speaking, okay, I think many of the people, they have a very common notion that it is only for those who are really good at speaking and they just want to enhance their skill.
Correct.
That's how the public speaking thing is, or like what it is basically.
Okay, see, when I got introduced to public speaking, I was into first year of my college. So I did my BMM from Joshi Bedekar. I was a mass media student.
Okay.
I was speaking for the first time in front of the stage.
Okay.
My first speech, it was supposed to be for 5 minutes.
Okay.
And there was silence for first 30 seconds
Okay.
and then nothing.
Why?
Because I forgot.
Is that so?
The 200 people looking at me, I'm looking at them. From there, today when I see entrepreneurs, businessmen, working professionals, I talk to HRs of various companies. So initially public speaking was an option or a business skill. Today public speaking is a life skill.
Yeah.
A chartered accountant, lawyer, any
Chartered accountant and
any
lawyer, they
damn
have to
thing,
be public speaker.
because you talk to clients.
So when we talk about public speaking, I think majority of the people think it is only about giving speech in front of 100,
Correct.
200 people.
Correct.
Is just how the public speaking works, or are there any like one-to-one solutions as well that could be worked out in this? How
Okay.
do you work? What is like your programs and stuff like that?
So bursting the first myth for the day, only politicians or trainers or coaches or motivational speakers need to learn public speaking skill. So this is one of the biggest myth. But I told you that it is not. Everyone needs to speak in, needs to learn the skill of speaking in public. Tell you that public speaking is not only speaking in front of a lot of people. Okay. Where there are thousands of people or hundreds of people sitting in front of you and you're speaking to them.
Okay.
If you're in a team,
So
there are
you
5 people.
You mean that is a type of a public speaking?
That is a type of a public speaking, okay? Or that is the later stage of public speaking. Okay, initially, if you are sitting in a group of 5, you're sitting in a group of 10, and you have an idea in your mind. If you want to talk something, you stand out of the crowd and express your idea and tell your idea and convince what you want to say. Even that is public speaking. Today what I am talking to you or I am talking to the camera, this is public speaking.
Even in speaking in front of
Correct.
camera.
No matter from which background or profession you come, the first thing of getting into the industry is cracking an interview.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yep.
And the first question of the interview is tell something about yourself. Okay. The first question of every interview. Now this interview is nothing but a small test of how you present yourself in front of the camera.
Right.
The what value you're going to bring to the company is a very different aspect. But how you present yourself, and the HR has only 10 seconds to judge whether you're inside or not.
And mind you, they are very judgmental.
Very.
The minute you go into the
Correct.
room,
See
how you talk,
how you knock,
how you knock,
present your
exactly.
visiting card, how you sit, how you greet the person, whether there's a smile on your face. Various aspects of public speaking,
Makes
they all
sense.
come together and then you present yourself.
So it is not just about how you talk.
Yes.
It's more about how you present your personality all together.
How you present.
Yourself all together.
Yes.
Like the body language and everything that goes
Correct.
on. As a public speaker, when you go to an event, do you really prepare yourself way beforehand, or are you like me? Like I go there impromptu. Like before the stage, I just take 5 minutes and see the audience, what they want, like what kind of audience it is. So I just kind of make my speech contextual.
Okay.
So this is the strategy which I follow. Do you go ahead? Do you think this is the right way to go, or do you think that prepping is the best way? Like the speech, right? You keep that paper over here and you refer it as and when required.
Okay.
Which one is the better option?
Okay. When I go to stage, I take care of the skill set. Okay.
Makes sense.
That how my body language is going to be, who is the audience I'm going to cater, what kind of a mindset they come from, what are they expecting from me.
Yep.
Okay. Then my art is coaching you how to present the same subject what you are expert in. So I am not going to contribute in your content. I will coach you how to construct it, precisely, effectively.
You'll be like more into shaping and
Correct.
How do you make it better, basically?
Everyone has a story. Everyone has an idea. Everyone has something to tell. Everyone is expert in something. Everyone comes with their experience. But when it comes to effective public speaking or effectively communicating, content plays only 7% role in presenting it.
Is that so?
Only 7%. And the rest 93% is voice modulation and your body language. While presenting it, it only contributes 7%. But then that 7% is also important. When someone comes to me, he comes with that 7%. This is my content, this is my story.
You take care of the rest 93%.
I take care of the rest 93%. Correct.
Like back in 10-15 years, there were not much researched about. There were no much classes and coaching. But nowadays, we see people popping out a lot of classes. Here, when I'm talking about training and coaching, it is about business coaching. It's about business training. It's about life skills, like what he rightly said. So in this, how do you think this industry of trainers, it has changed a lot in the last 10 years, or has it been the same since last 10 years? How do you think?
Okay, so I will be precise to public speaking industry. The coaching and training in public speaking. What used to happen 20 years down the line, Indians used to stay in a joint family. Storytelling was always a part of grandfathers or grandmothers' role.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they would.
Correct.
Yeah, it was their role.
Correct. So then,
like you go to bedtime.
सोने जाना है तो दादाजी स्टोरी सुनाओ, दादी जी स्टोरी सुनाओ. So one thing is, you always used to hear how stories have to be told, how they have to be portrayed.
Right.
That is one thing. And second thing, we were not living in a world of screens. Okay. Where 4 people coming together, chilling in the evening. अभी बोलने के लिए उनके पास किस्से हैं. किस्से are stories. Okay.
Makes sense.
So do you know, one of my brother's friend, this happened, and then this problem happened. This problem happened.
Exactly.
So then they had stories which they used to, when they meet, they used to tell these stories.
And that was super interesting to hear as well.
Correct. So the person who tells more effectively, who speaks more effectively, who is able to convey story more effectively, everyone used to listen to him. At the same time, person who is not effectively telling a story is hearing him and learning something from him indirectly.
This point what he said is extremely important. How do you differentiate between a good storyteller and those who are not good? One fine example, in your 9th and 10th standard when we used to have this, remember this, the on the spot elocution contest?
Correct.
Like they would give you a chit and they would say speak on this topic. And trust me, all those who were like really good in maths and science, they would go like and they would think and recalibrate, and then they say, because they are not speaking formulas.
Correct.
When I was given this topic of let's say I was given about rainwater harvestation. I still remember this.
Okay.
Yeah, in 9th standard I was given this topic about rainwater harvestation. So I took it, and the minute I started thinking, they give you 10 seconds to think like what you should say. So I took those 10 seconds. I formulated a story in my head. Okay, like this is this thing, and then I went and then I presented myself.
Correct.
And that turned out to be outstanding. I was not good at the rest of this thing, but when it comes to this thing, I was good at saying that kind of a story, which was entertaining, but at the same time it was to the point as well.
Correct.
So I think some people do really need to get training or coaching related to this, because for some people it might come out naturally, but for some they need that.
That naturally will come when you have in habit of listening how stories have been said. Storytelling is the mastery of public speaking. Okay, you speak, you give a presentation, and then you give a business presentation, and you do client pitching, and storytelling is the mastery. Okay, when we had these joint families, we were habitual to tell stories and listen to them.
Yep.
Now what has happened, we stay in a very nuclear family.
Yes, just for 3-4 people.
Correct.
That's it. Maximum 4 people.
And the second challenge is we are all on our screens. Stories have been said and told, but on screen. Few months ago,
Okay.
Communication conclave.
Yeah.
So we were at the buffet.
Okay.
So there's this lady from United Kingdom.
Okay.
She was one of the panelists.
Okay.
So I went and I approached her. Ki, can I please sit beside you? To have lunch. She said, okay, please sit.
Yeah.
I asked her, what do you do?
Okay.
She was like, I am a communications professor.
Okay.
Public speaking in college?
Yeah.
She's like, yes.
Okay.
So then what she told is, a public speaking program is a compulsory program for majority of bachelor degrees. We don't have that here.
Yeah.
So that is where the need of a professional comes. Present your points impactfully
Effectively.
and convey your message.
Yep. I think when we talk about education, majority of the students, they are really clear about the concepts that are there into the science, arts and commerce. They know their thing very
Correct,
well,
correct.
right? But when you add this flavor of public speaking, I think that helps them to present their skill, what they have learned
Correct.
in very effective way, the way
Effective
we
way.
just said right now. So I think, many of the schools and colleges, they must really start thinking about getting this. Because they don't do it. They don't do it. They just talk about the things that are there into the college.
The point is you don't know that you don't know. Okay.
Right.
So with many colleges, what is happening is colleges, schools. Okay, but some the schools which are around us and colleges, that they don't know that someone professional can come and coach our
Yeah.
students how to speak effectively. One is that.
Right, right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Apart from that, if these people, the students learn this skill at this time, then why I decided to learn public speaking, because I saw a complete failure getting out of myself.
Oh, yeah. That,
Okay.
that incident,
Correct.
first incident.
So then, if these students learn this skill at this age, there is a whole world and opportunities where you only need effective communication and you get jobs.
Is it? I'm not even now the latest thing, but when we had the
In
new
2013,
yeah,
13, 14.
13, 14, when we actually saw PM
Correct,
speaking like
correct.
this, that was a new thing because the previous PM which we had, he was a
So-
good economist, but when it comes to
But when it
publicly
comes to
speaking,
speaking,
I don't think he was that
so,
effective.
See, I always crack this joke
Yeah.
कि इससे पहले हमने एक्सपीरियंस देके पीएम लिए, ये बार हमने टीवी देके पीएम ले लिया.
Makes sense, right?
तो
What is being advertised to you, what is being
Correct.
told to you, what is being shown to you.
Yes.
Just on basis of
and
that,
people
yeah.
have lost faith in advertising.
Makes sense. Because it's difficult. See, if you run an advertisement on Facebook and Instagram, you see it's sponsored.
Correct.
But on TV, on the
correct.
TV, news reporters and rest of the stuff, it is difficult to bifurcate which one is this, which one is the real one, which one is the paid one. It has become a big issue.
No,
these
but
days.
not only about TV. For example, it is not only the idea, it is also the person who is speaking.
And let's say you have an event, okay?
Okay.
So you go to the event, but would there be something that you would practice a lot? Like, what is it that you practice?
Okay.
What are your practice rituals when you
Okay.
go before the stage?
There is no system or a perfect way of giving a perfect speech. Okay, when you're singing or dancing, you need to be on beat.
Yeah.
You need to be in the melody. Your tones have to be correct. But
But,
you have your style.
okay.
Okay, the first mistake what many people do is they try to imitate someone else.
Right.
Now if you try to imitate someone else, you cannot be him just by imitating him. Okay, also when you speak, people are going to know that you are imitating this fellow.
You're copying his style.
Correct. So then your self image is nothing. It is only practice.
That is a fundamental.
Correct.
You can't
So
like
that is
compromise
when,
on that.
When you practice, you're going to sharp yourself. You're going to polish yourself. Your words are going to be more clearer. Your diction is going to improve. Your body language is going to improve. So
Right.
this all things will happen when you continuously keep on practicing. Every great public speaker practices, That is one of the biggest reasons why their speeches are great. Yes. But over a period of time, when you polish yourself with practice, you tend to speak in a style which shows you are impromptu speaking.
So that does not reflect that ये
Correct.
trained होके आया है.
Correct.
It's just like he's so natural.
पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में अगर आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो आप स्मूथ बनोगे. आप इस तरीके से बात करोगे, ऑडियंस विल थिंक दिस इज कमिंग वेरी स्पॉन्टेनियसली, वेरी नेचुरली. सो दैट इज गेटिंग
But
ऑन
to
द
reach to that
नेक्स्ट लेवल.
yeah,
करेक्ट.
I get that.
दैट सो पीपल वी थिंक अरे कितना अच्छे से बात करते हैं.
Right.
This guy is amazing. The way he speaks, he has practiced. He was a bad speaker. He practiced,
And
polished
now-
himself, and now he speaks in such a way that you think this is spontaneous. Number 2 is every speaker is a nervous speaker.
Okay. Yeah.
Every speaker.
Right.
What people think is,
Yeah.
if I give 5 speeches, the nervousness is going to go away.
Okay.
Or I am not able to speak effectively. So मी जर 4-5 भाषणं दिली किंवा मी 4-5 प्रेझेंटेशन्स दिले तर नर्वसनेस निघून जाणार आहे. दिस विल नेवर हॅपन. इफ यू गेट नर्वस वेन युअर ऑन स्टेज, तुमच्या हाताला घाम येतो, if your legs are shivering,
And this happens, right?
if your body gets warm, if you feel dry throat, then you are a human being, because this is supposed to happen. We don't have that habit of 200 eyes looking at us when we speak. So this is a new thing for our body and mind. This is going to happen every time, even though it is your 1000th speech, or whether you have performed 10,000 times anywhere.
So even today you have some goosebumps.
So every great speaker has, even me. You get normal to this feeling. So we are not in a profession of writing, where if you write something and you can erase that.
Right.
We are in a profession of speaking. Then once you speak, that is gone. You cannot take it back. Third thing is, don't only focus on content. Okay, if you tell that I have a program which is mind blowing, the statistics are amazing, this is going to happen, that is going to happen, whether that is engaging your audience is more important. And when you talk about engaging your audience, it is not only content, but it is
How you present
also your voice modulation and your body language.
These two are the most technical things.
For
right,
example,
when it
if
comes
I'm
to it.
talking to you
Yeah.
and if I want to build a trust into a coaching, I tell them look into the eyes and speak. But if someone looks at you like this and speak, so you will think this guy is mad. That has to happen in a very natural way, which will again come through practice, because you need to get associated with the feeling.
That
This
feeling.
is the third thing.
Yep. Fourth, confidence.
Confidence will come over the period of time.
Okay. For that you got to practice. You got to go to rule number
Yes.
1. Right.
Confidence will come over a period of time, and confidence will come when you give a speech and feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, when you do something, last time when you did, don't try to compare with someone who is great in public speaking.
Right.
You will always be in depression.
This work is
Compare
better.
yourself with what you were yesterday.
Right. Right.
To do
Right.
this in public speaking. If you feel bad, नहीं कल मैंने अच्छा किया था, आज मैंने गलत किया, क्यों गलत हुआ? ओके, मैंने प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया था, फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे पॉइंट्स गलत थे, मैंने पॉइंटर्स नहीं निकाले थे, XYZ, मैंने प्रेजेंटेशन में ये
yeah,
किया था.
exactly. You got to do your analysis.
Correct,
Were you
correct.
bad at content? Was the content bad, or you couldn't present it?
Correct.
First bifurcate that,
Yes.
and then get into the technicalities.
Yes, yes.
If the presentation was bad, then where did I messed up? If the content was
Correct.
bad, why was this written like this?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It makes sense.
Watch a lot of TEDx talks.
TEDx.
Watch a lot of Josh talks.
Yeah. See how they are
Watch.
talking,
Correct.
what they speak,
Correct.
and how they speak. Right? Makes sense.
So there, what you can do is you can. I'm just talking about public speaking here.
Right.
You can analyze their body languages. You can analyze how their voice modulation is happening.
Listen, see, and learn.
Yes, correct.
Listen, see, and learn. That is the most key take from this entire interview. And yeah, we'll definitely put up his details into the description box. Any other
I'll be happy to help.
as always. So guys, that's pretty much it from this episode. This is Sid Cisco. This is Sagar Ranshoor
Cheers.
signing off from Creative Coffee Meet. Yeah. Alright, let's do this. Amazing.
This was good.
Amazing. This was good. Let's have some food now.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry. We have some food, by the way. Just waiting to have this food. You know, he was so hungry. He was so hungry.
Look at me, I need food.
Let's go and have this food. What book lenge? Yeah, thank you so much
Okay.
for being the part of the show. It was amazing.
Thank you so
I think when two people who are into similar industry,
Correct.
when they meet, we can definitely talk for hours and hours.
Obviously.
But for the viewers, they have some time constraints, so let's just take it away from here. Bye bye and take care. See you guys on the next episode of Creative Coffee Meet. Bye. It was a good coffee.
Good?
It was a good coffee. Coffee was good.
Coffee was good.